Hi, my name is Tom Green. I'm a yoga teacher and a graduate of Finding Inner Peace Yoga Teacher Training School. And we're going to do a segment on restorative yoga. Restorative yoga is excellent for counteracting all the stresses of modern day life. In restorative yoga, we use a mixture of props and straps to take away all stress from the muscle groups. The goal of getting into these postures is to have the recipient of the restorative yoga posture completely relaxed, so that all of their muscles are completely relaxed, which is a state of relaxation that you don't even get to in sleep. In sleep, your muscles are active. REM sleep, your eyes are moving. Your breathing sometimes it gets labored. So this is more restorative than sleep actually is. So we can use blocks. We have blocks under her arms. We have sandbags adding a little extra traction down on her knees. She's propped up with blankets behind and pillows. And we use a variety of props, anything you have at hand to support anywhere that needs to be supported. So it's important that you have a dialogue with the person that you're working with so that they can tell you, well, I feel a little too much strain here, and then you want to support a little bit more under that area. And you know, confirm that once they're in the posture that they are completely relaxed. And you can have them hold each restorative yoga posture for a few minutes. We're going to move along a little bit faster than that, though, for the purposes of this tape. So right now, Ellen is in reclined butterfly pose, also called Supta Baddha Konasana, and it's supported. We have a strap around lower than the lumbar region. Make sure the strap goes down to the sacral area to avoid straining the lumbar region, and that's helping support her feet closer to her body, so she doesn't have to work at it with her muscles. We've got blankets under her knees, but we have sandbags on top of the knees to give a little bit of extra traction to open up the groin a little bit more. You don't want to open it up so much that she's uncomfortable. Blocks, blankets under the arms, pillows, opening the chest. So this is a total release pose, opening up the front side of the body, opening up the root chakra, opening up the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and she's just breathing nice and easily. Don't happen to have an eye pillow with us, but if we did, we'd place an eye pillow on here. That darkness and the pressure, the light pressure that the eye pillow provides, gives a little extra relaxation. So from here, we're going to try to fairly quickly transition into our next pose. I started with reclined butterfly pose because it's typically the first one you see in most books on the subject. It's sort of like the mother of all restorative yoga poses. Now from here we're going to move into supported child's pose. So it's going to be child's pose with a bunch of pillows or blankets under the chest area and the head. Now, I can see she's not supported under her stomach, so she might want some more support under there. I'm going to put a blanket under the pillow, and you can settle down again and tell me how you're feeling.
I could use one more.
You could use one more under the whole length?
No, the stomach.
One more under the stomach, okay. So as you can see, we're having a dialogue here. She wants some more height underneath her stomach. Positioning another one there. Now how about settling your butt down? Can we put something under here? I have a nice big bolster. Is that too much? I have a smaller one if you'd like a smaller one.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good, okay. So this is supported child's pose. Is there any area of your body that's feeling tense or needs more or less support?
No, it's good.
Okay. Now from here we'll transition into a supported frog pose. So her knees are going to be spreading out to the side. We can use similar props underneath the top half of the body. Now as her knees come out as far as is comfortable, she can let me know if she would like some more support under the front side of her body. No? How about your forehead?
Sure, a little something.
A little something under the forehead. Okay. All right. I'm going to draw her feet together a little bit because frog, we want right angles with the feet and the lower legs, and right angles between the lower legs and the thighs. Okay. Now from here, keeping support under the upper body, we're going to come into sort of a prone recline twist. So she's going to come up on her knees and kneel to one side of the set of cushions. So maybe kneel over to this side. And now you're just going to swing your body, keep the front side of your body straight down, but swing your hips over. You're going to come onto the cushions, allowing your hips to fall down. All right, I'm going to put some more support under her hips. So I ask her to come up a little bit. Move these back. Take one of these out. And settle down again. Tell me if you need some more support anywhere now. We have a nice rotation along the spine now. So in the spinal rotations, we're working the second chakra, as well as keeping the spine nice and flexible, releasing any tension along the lower spine, the upper spine. And of course, if you were doing this on your own, you'd do both sides. For the sake of this segment, we're just going to do one side at a time. Just relax there for a moment. And then we can do supported pigeon pose. So I'm going to have you come up on your knees. And then you're going to keep one leg back and bring the other knee into half pigeon pose. And again, we're going to have supports under the front side of the body, all the way down. Back leg comes straight back. Square off the hips. Now you want to have something of support underneath both hips. She has her left hip down on the ground. The right hip is up a little bit in the air. So I'm going to put a little blanket underneath her right hip. Punch it up a little bit so she has nice support under both hips. Is there any part of your body now that feels tense or under any stress? Okay. So we just have her relax in supported half pigeon pose for a couple minutes and then do the other side. From here, we're going to move over onto the back. So be careful of your knees as you come out of this. And we're going to do supported bridge pose. I'm going to use the bolster, and for supported bridge pose, the bolster is going to go lengthwise along the same line as the spine. I'm going to have you drop your hips all the way down, actually come all the way up, and I'm going to place this under your sacrum, so you're going to come down. Now I'm going to have her shift her whole body this way so that your head falls down a little bit more and the bolster's a little bit more under your hips. Good. So in supported bridge pose, you have your props underneath the spine and you use a bolster so that it's lengthwise along the spine. And if you can stretch your legs out straight, stretch your legs out straight. So we're back in supported bridge pose. Now I'm going to put something under her knees to remove some of the stress from the lower spine. And you tell me if that feels better. Would you like more or less support under your knee?
They feel good.
They feel good? Okay. Just going to separate her arms a little bit more. They're resting comfortably on the floor, so I don't think her arms need any support under them. Okay, so again, she would hold this for a few minutes, up to 10 minutes really. The longer you practice restorative yoga, the more comfortable you'll be holding the poses for a longer period of time. So now I'm going to have you come up. And we're going to transition to supported fish pose. The main difference between supported shoulder and supported fish is the orientation of the bolster. Now we're going to put it crosswise underneath her shoulder blades and have her lie back down. So that now the shoulders are supported as well as the upper back. And the arms can come out to the side. You feeling that you need support anywhere else right now? How about under your head? Is it too far back? No?
No, it feels good.
Okay. Would you like more under your knees?
I do a little more under my
A
knees.
little more under your knees. Okay. So Ellen's a great restorative yogi person. She knows what she needs. She's verbalizing it. And put a little bit more under the knees. What are we doing? Is your lower back nice and loose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay, now we're going to move into supported crescent moon, which is going to be a pose lying on her side. So Ellen's going to lie on her side, but we're going to put a bolster underneath her ribs on the right-hand side. Straighten out the legs. Arms come down. Bring both arms overhead now. Bring your palms together. So we get a little bit of a curve, a passive curve in the spine. Now tell me if you feel you would like some support anywhere.
No, it feels really good.
Do you feel tension anywhere?
Up on my left shoulder, but
In your left shoulder, okay. To relieve some of the stress for the left shoulder, I'm just going to place a blanket between her arms, maybe a couple blankets, to take some of the stress off the left shoulder. Does that feel better?
it does.
Okay. Now she should be feeling a nice stretch along the left side of her body here, but she's not exerting any muscular effort to do that. So we're releasing energy from some energy channels here and allowing her body to fully relax all along the stretched out left side. And of course we would then do the right side, but we're not going to do that today. And if you can come up again. All right. Now we're going to do some forward bends. So I'm going to have you scoot back a little bit. I'm going to do a straddle leg forward bend to start with. So she's going to separate her legs. And for this, you're going to need a lot of height for your props. Of course, the more flexible you are, the fewer props you'll need, because the more you'll be able to flex forward. And we'll see how she does with this level of support. Are you feeling like you would like more support? Is your lower back too tight right now? You want less support?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have you come down there.
That feels good.
Okay. Is the fact that your arm is hanging here, is that bothering you? Would you like some support under your hands?
Maybe a block.
Oh yeah, let's just try to put that there. Does that feel better? Okay. As your forehead's resting on the pillow, on the blanket as well. Okay, let's come up, inhale up. And we're going to bring your legs together and do a simple seated forward bend with the props. Why don't you try that and see how we work out there. Does that feel all right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's simple seated forward bend with the props. Okay, now we're going to move to some props, to some postures against the wall using props, some with and some without the props. The wall is actually a prop, so we can count that. I'm going to use a bolster. And I'm going to have you, Ellen, if you would sit on the bolster, facing the wall. Actually, with your legs out to the side, and sit on the end of the bolster. Okay. Now you're going to lie down onto your back and start swinging your legs up the side, facing the wall. Actually, with your legs out to the side, and sit on the end of the bolster. Okay. Now you're going to lie down onto your back and start swinging your legs up the side, up the wall, and rotate your body so that your head is away from the wall. Okay. So we want support underneath the hips and the lower back. And as you can see, her legs are not straight up. Do they feel comfortable being straighter up?
Either way.
Okay, now, so I'm going to have her slide her body towards the wall a little bit more. Okay. So this is legs up the wall pose. It's a great inversion. If you don't happen to have a wall space or you prefer to use bent legs, you can use your couch or put a pillow on top of a chair, and you can work with bent legs, just lying on the floor with bent legs, with your calves resting against the seat of a chair or against the seat of a couch. It brings the fluid and the blood down to the heart area and down to the head area, because this is an inversion. Okay. Now, variations of this would include butterfly foot position or leg position. She can bring her feet together. Do you feel like you would like any support anywhere along here with blankets or straps in any way?
Here, if I was going to stay here.
You'd like some support there? All right, let's arrange some support right there. Put some here. Feel like is that enough support? Is that?
Yeah, that's good. Better.
Is that position all right? Okay. Another version of this would be simple cross-legged. So she can, after holding this for 2 or 3 minutes, you can move into just a simple cross-legged pose, as though you were sitting on the floor. And she's a little far away from the wall, so she's going to scoot a little bit more towards the wall.
That's good.
Okay, would you like any support anywhere?
Nope, that's fine.
All right. Now we can also do a reclined spinal twist using the support of the wall against the soles of the feet. So We can use the bolster for this, or you can do it without a bolster. I'm going to have her try both ways to see which one feels better for her. So she's going to draw her knees into her chest, and we're going to move her away from the wall about a foot. So you're going to slide back a little bit more so that your thighs are vertical when there's a right angle between your lower legs and your upper legs. So she's going to keep her knees together. We're going to keep her left hip down on the bolster, and she's going to allow her legs to release down to the right-hand side, keeping the right angle at her knee joint. And now you can press the soles of your feet against the wall. It'll give you some extra support. Okay. So this is with the bolster. Where do you feel that you need some extra support now?
I feel good.
Okay. She feels good, that's a good thing. So now we're going to try it without the bolster and see if that makes any difference. Notice how much you're rotating here. Now we'll remove that. Give her a little bit of space. Now if she wanted to enhance the spinal twist here, she'd rotate her gaze over towards her left hand. So that will increase the rotation of the spine to include the cervical vertebrae as well. Okay. And then we'll come up and we'll come into just a supported Shavasana. So she'll be lying on her back. Pardon me?
Want me to do side splits? Like the one?
That's fine. Now, oftentimes in Shavasana, people like to have a little support under their knees. A little bit of support under the knees. It looks like this bolster looks like it's too short. It doesn't allow her legs to splay apart far enough, so I'm just going to put it under one knee. Put something else under the other knee, similar height. Is that too much?
No.
No? Okay. Nice and relaxed. Well, sometimes people tend to be, you'll look at their heads and you'll find that despite releasing their shoulders down as far as they can towards the mat, that their chins will be up higher than their forehead. So if that's the case, you want to try to get the chin at the same distance from the floor as the forehead is. So if you could connect the chin and the forehead, that line would be parallel to the floor. So let's just make believe that she's someone who's not able to get her upper spine down close enough to the floor so that her chin goes down. So we're going to just put a little bit of a blanket under the top of her head to correct that line. And would you like some support under anything else? Forearms, shoulders?
No, I feel good.
Okay. Okay, so we're finishing up in Shavasana, and she can hold this for as long as she wants. She's completely relaxed. Breath is nice and natural. She's no longer concentrating on her breath at all. It's just flowing naturally. And, you know, as we said before, you can hold these restorative poses up to 10 minutes or more. The more comfortable you get doing them, the longer they will feel comfortable being held. So if you want to learn more about restorative yoga, Judith Lassiter has a good book out called Relax and Renew, which talks a lot about different poses for different types of ailments, actually. Thank you very much. Namaste.